Intruder is about this artificially intelligent wraith virus that takes over the mainframe of the Daedalus. It's a lot like a story called Entity, which I wrote from Stargate SG-1. Joe Malazzi and Paul Mully basically ripped off the episode right from the beginning and only casually referred to it when McKay actually says, hey, something like this happened back at the SGC.
There was a situation similar to this back at Stargate Command. I remember reading the report.
In a previous episode, we actually see a Wraith ship come up to the Daedalus, do something, we don't know what they're doing, and then it goes away. And that pays off because what they've done is they've uploaded a virus that lays dormant in the ship for a while. And as they're being ferried back from Earth to Atlantis, the virus comes in and takes over. And there's just enough action, I think, to keep it interesting. And it's not just a bunch of people sitting around going, try, Control, Alt, Delete. Ooh! Push the power button on, count to 4 seconds, then reboot. You know, because that could have got pretty old pretty quick.
This is what I do when I have problems with my laptop. I turn it off and then I turn it on again.
I think this is a little bit more complicated than that.
Just saying that if we're taking a page from the John Shepard book of computer repair, we're really desperate.
This is day one of the Daedalus engine room. We are establishing where all the consoles are. Hermione, our Asgard engineer, who is helping us. Our lobes aren't big enough to comprehend all that we need to comprehend. And boy, does he have big lobes. What Joe and Paul did early when they were writing the episode is they created jeopardy by killing people, right? And then, here's a dead guy. What happened, right? And here's a guy being purged out into space. Oh my God, you know, this is a very serious matter.
Well, what?
That's CO2 that's being piped in from off-camera fire extinguishers. Very loud, so we have to use ear protection. It ruins the air quality, so everybody's a little bit drunk from oxygen deprivation. It's a free buzz. After lunch, free buzz. It's a mystery that slowly turns into a full-bound riddle. If we don't act quickly, there are two things that are going to happen. One, the Wraith will be notified that we're still alive, and also we're heading towards an enormous sun with the intention of radioactively frying everybody in the ship and leaving the ship intact, which can then be delivered to the Wraith as well. So that's a ticking clock. The time is of the essence. We've got to move quickly. So we've got to think about how we're going to deal with this problem, and we're all going to die soon. Presumably the Daedalus is a bigger, badder ship, and the captain is bigger, badder. We've got Mitch Pileggi from X-Files.
What are you talking about?
You know, that's my impression of Mitch Pileggi because he's so gruff. You just put the camera on this guy's face and you just know he's been through a lot. Because Colonel Caldwell has been stepped over for promotion, he's naturally got a chip on his shoulder. The trap of that is that he's just mean and ornery.
I got a job to do, Doctor.
But not the one you wanted.
He was going to take over Atlantis. Of course, Weir won't have any of it. Shepard's the #1 guy. I'm like, well, he's not a high enough rank. Well, she goes, I don't care if he's not. Promote him.
Major Shepard was right. That's too much of a coincidence.
You mean Lieutenant Colonel Shepard?
Right.
So what we did is we started him with a huge chip on his shoulder, and slowly over the course of the episode, he starts to go, okay, I understand. But he's a great addition to the team, and you understand why he has the position as the captain on the Daedalus, because he's a great leader. Production-wise, it is a little bit difficult to do an entire episode on like a ship. Joe and Paul did a really good job knowing what the set was, wrote the story to the fact that this is all the set that we have, so there you go. If the audience watches really closely, they can see us going by the same hallway intersection over and over and over, and we just have the one sound stage. We've got 2 or 3 hallways, a room or two, and I think at one point we actually changed a hallway space intersection into a room. This particular part of the set is used many times over. This is used as the cafeteria, the mess, Also is the engine room. If this was the engine room, I would be Hermione, kind of looking at my screen. In this case, it's a schematic of circuits because we need to see where the power is being distributed in this room. You saw this space as the power distribution room, and now this screen will have a status screen on it, and this is the officer's mess. So the officers will be hanging out around here. These panels will be off behind me, and you'll actually see hyperspace going by the window. The art department did an amazing job retrofitting the Prometheus set to become the Daedalus set. They made a ship that looked like this. So this is the Daedalus bridge, not to be confused with the Prometheus bridge. These panels are way different, and I'll show you the back of these in a moment. We have a steering wheel now. Before, this poor guy, all he got to do was push buttons. You push a button, you don't know what's gonna happen. Retro rockets, thrusters, but if you got your steering wheel, you're good to go. Now, the cool part of a workstation is what I'm looking at, all the buttons and the screen. You want to shoot the back of this and their face, so you've got texture, right? Oh, I'm looking at a screen, and it's very interesting. But for you, nothing. Because this is the Daedalus, and we've learned from our mistakes, you've got wonderful texture here. So if this was the Prometheus, you would see a radar screen, a workstation, and a seat. And somebody would be sitting, clicking buttons. But now that it's the Prometheus, we have what we call our Hura panels. We're able to move these wherever we need them to be. When this is the Daedalus, these guys are standing, playing their synthesizer, working their bass line, pumping their head. This is the tactical map area. Another major difference is these cool keypads, where somebody can be punching buttons here and referring to these wonderful monitors overhead. As far as button pushing goes, nobody is better at it than David Hewlett. I think I can admit to you here that I'm an enormous fan of David Hewlett. Of course, he's not the bravest character. He's got a lot of flaws. So, I mean, that is constantly coming out too, is he got allergic to citrus, and also he's, claustrophobic, and he gets excited about finding out just how lame his character is.
What happened to inertial dampers?
These speeds, you're gonna feel the tight turns even with the dampers.
Oh, now he tells me.
The audiences are very sophisticated, so you kind of have to fake them out a little bit. You put a different piece of set dressing or different people, and we added color coding like they have on aircraft carrier to our personnel. They added fantastic little doohickeys, sneeze guards. One of the very distinctive differences between the Prometheus hallways and the Daedalus hallways are these sneeze guards. Well, we can't have any residue on the walls, and these protect the walls from any kind of excretion. You may recognize this from your pellet gun or your BB gun, used for launching at high velocity little bits of metal to hit your sister or your brother in the buttocks. You need to call mom? It's right here. We've got phones. Darn, I need a copy of this report. This is in fact the faceplate to a copy machine. On the way, you could just shove your report in here, hit the button, and you've got two. You've got your pipes in the ceilings. No pipe is complete without a yellow sticker. This isn't even a pipe, it's just a conduit. Yellow sticker. You can't have enough pipe, that's what I always say. And in fact, David Hewlett has always entered pretty much every scene saying, let's lay some more pipe. More pipe. We also spent a little time in the launch bay, which is something called a mat extension. We only have one 302 cockpit, and we have to shoot it like it's many different cockpits. But they draw this beautiful thing with computers, and then it looks like an enormous space with lots of 302s, especially for the montage where they're pulling out hard drives back and forth. It's just, okay, now we got to shoot from this angle, from that angle, from this angle. So we only have one cockpit, but we're playing it as 10 different F-302s. Like each pilot has his own little keepsake in there to look at right before he gets killed.
Some would say they would bring them luck, but you immediately go through the final image.
Any pilot that gets in a cockpit and goes, I think he's dead.
You tape those up yourself?
Yeah. Because I figured each fighter pilot would have, like a little picture of his sweetheart, or a rabbit's foot, or a picture of their kid or something. So if you look really carefully, you can see, hey, there's pictures everywhere. So I put a picture of my sweetheart. This is my wife. She's some hot tomato, huh?